Hi there, this is Linda, and I'm back with another process video for you. Today I'm working with the June collection from Coco Daisy, and I'm putting together a project in my daughter's album going all the way back to 2020. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Spread here from June 2020. So I want to just acknowledge that I am halfway through the year in documenting my daughter's year of 2020 in her album in Pocket Pages. This project has been super manageable, super quick and easy. If you are unsure if this is something that you can handle, but you have a lot of gaps in your albums, I highly recommend doing it this way. If you get monthly kits, and it doesn't have to be the Coco Daisy ones that I'm using. It can be any monthly kits or even ones you have in your stash. Every month, take the themed month kit and just document that month, not only in the current year, but one other year as well. So I decided to focus purely on 2020, and I'm documenting 1 month at a time in my daughter's album. So because this is the June kit, I'm documenting the month of June. This is really only going to take a super short amount of time. And at the end of the year, I will have 2020 completed in Pocket Pages in her album. And I will share more about my daughter's albums here later. If you are interested in seeing that, let me know, and let me know if you have questions, and I will try to address those in a future video. For now, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do to document June 2020. Now it is May 2024 when I'm making this. So you might be wondering, how did I decide what stories to tell? So I have a sticky note here. I, of course, can vaguely remember June 2020. I know, it was a month after we moved into our new house. I know that it was still in the beginning of the pandemic, but not the very beginning. We were starting to get used to it. Things weren't as strict as they were before. So my daughter was seeing her friends again, which I had some photos to tell me that. But basically what I did to figure out the stories for the month is not only my memory, but I went back in my Project Life album, which I did document at the time, and I wrote down any notes of any stories I told in there that were related to my daughter. So I know that we did some family walks and movie nights. I went shopping out with my daughter, and so this photos from that was the first time that we'd gone shopping since the pandemic. She started hanging out with some of her friends again, outdoors. So I have some photos of that and just a lot of lounging around the house. I also went through all my photos from June of 2020 and selected some of her or things that she was doing for this album. So I printed 3 4x6 photos and 2 3x4s, leaving the spot for my title. I will add the year on there. And then I'm probably going to add a journaling card. I don't know that would work, and then probably like a filler or something decorative. So this, her name is Summer, so I might do that one. That one's funny. Some of these are travel related. Obviously in June of 2020, we were not traveling, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to document them. So like this, sorry, I get distracted. I'm really bad at talking while I'm also looking. But the fact that we weren't traveling in June 2020 doesn't mean that this kit won't work. A lot of these things do. Maybe I will do this one for here. She's on her phone a lot, but then she did get outside this month. And the rainbow is very cute. And we are here. I think that one's also really good. And this one is specific to 2024, and so is this one. So I'm not going to use those ones. For my journaling card, I kind of wanted to do like a bullet list, and the best one I found was this one, but it says to do at the top, which doesn't work, but that's okay. I can cover that up with something. So I'm looking, let's see what we have here. So I think this summer vibe sticker. Yep, that's exactly perfect. There we go. And now it says summer vibes, and it's going to fit more what's going on at this time. So I picked a few cards to cut out. I'm going to do some journaling on here of just kind of like random things that were going on this month. I will probably look in my Project Life album and pull out some like specific movies we watched or something, so I have more things to fill in the lines. I might do some journaling right here too. I feel like this card, the way that it's designed, it can either be a filler card where you don't add anything. You could add like an embellishment, like one of the chipboard pieces here to kind of personalize it, or you can add some words right here, or you can cut it out. So there's a lot of ways that you could use this card, and I'm not sure yet until I get putting this one together. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on fast forward and get this one put together.
This one's going to come together super quickly. I think these ones usually do when I'm going back and filling in gaps because it is only one side of a spread and it's mostly photos. I'd like to include one of these cards like this one that just has a summary of a lot of the things that are going on during the month, like a bullet point list. So when you see me kind of writing, and a lot of times I try to cut out the dead space in the video, but there were a lot of like little gaps here, right, where I'm pulling my hand off the screen. And that's because I'm going and looking at my Project Life album for 2020 to pull things that happened this month that were related to my daughter. And you can see there, I have that sticky note where I did write some of the things down when I was originally looking at my Project Life album and my photos. But because this bullet point list was longer than what I wrote on that sticky note, I was pulling some smaller details from my Project Life album as well. Okay, so I'm finished up that card, and then I decided to also add some journaling on the one that says Welcome Summer and tell a specific themed story. So what I decided to tell here was kind of an update on the pandemic and how some of the restrictions were loosening. And because the nice weather was around, my daughter Summer could go out and see her friends. So she had some more photos this month of her seeing her friends. I think this was the first time she had seen them in person since the pandemic hit in March. I can't remember. Maybe she had seen them in May and there were some photos. I don't think so. I think this was actually the first time, except for her birthday when they did one of those drive-by parties, but that's not really the same. So she was able to hang out with her friends. So I have a photo here with her and a friend sitting on the front porch playing with the dog. I have a photo of her and her other friend when they went to the rail trail to walk outside, just hanging out outdoors. And then I had some photos of her around the house and another one of her and me shopping because it was the first time we got out and did that since the pandemic had hit, which were some of the things that I documented on that bullet point card. So I added some embellishments onto some of the photos cut out of cards. You can see I just added that rainbow on there. And I also did the We Are Here one with her laying on the couch in my craft room. And I had cut off those strips, cut out the strips that say log off, shut down, go outside on the photo of her and her friend Megan. So I tend to pull some of the journaling cards and use them as embellishments, but there are also so many embellishments in the kit that I want to have an opportunity to use some of those as well. I added the stamps from my stash to put the year on that June title card, but I just love that title card so much. I didn't really want to add much else to it. And I'm just slipping everything in the pockets. I had added that summer vibes die cut on the photo of my daughter and her friends. And then I pulled this one back out because I felt like it could use a little more color. So what I did was I added some of those enamel dots on here. And I didn't talk about it earlier, but I added one of the word phrase strips at the top just to make it themed match my spread. Here's a look at that completed spread. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Bye.